Hey, slow down for a second. If you've ever felt that tiny pang of frustration when your screen doesn't feel alive or responsive, then this is one of those moments where you'll know exactly what I mean. The Odyssey G7 is for the kind of person who doesn't just look for quality but feels when something isn't right, someone who's used displays that blur motion, flatten color, or make multitasking feel like a cramped juggling act. Before we go any deeper, check the current price and stock now, because monitors like this with flagship responsiveness and immersive curvature don't stay available forever, and you don't want to be that person watching prices climb later and wishing you acted sooner. You know that feeling: you launch a game and the motion isn't crisp, or you spread windows across your screen and it feels boxed in instead of expansive. Maybe colors feel a bit flat, or transitions feel sluggish. That's the moment you realize you've outgrown compromise. You don't just think it, you feel it. That's when you know it's time to move to something that actually keeps up with your standards and your pace. From the first week of daily use with this screen, there's this striking change. You stop anticipating lag, you stop resizing windows to find room, and you stop accepting motion blur as normal. Games feel sharply alive, workflows feel laid out with purpose, and motion feels fluid and unhesitating. It's not just motion you see, it's motion you feel in every corner of your vision. That ease of interaction becomes something you depend on because it keeps pace with what you want to do, instead of making you adjust your workflow to fit the display's limitations. In real-world use, it shows up everywhere. Gaming sessions feel commanding not because of sheer size but because the 180Hz responsiveness actually keeps every frame feeling instantaneous. The curve feels like a gentle embrace around you, not a distraction at the edges, so every shift in perspective feels natural. Content creation feels clearer because colors and contrast feel faithful instead of washed out. Even desktop workstations feel bigger. Suddenly you're not hunting for space, you're using space. That's a shift in experience, not just a boost in numbers. What you feel with this monitor isn't just specs, it's responsiveness that's immediate, visuals that feel vivid and alive, and a kind of spatial confidence you weren't even sure you were missing. You don't think "I hope this holds up." You just use it, and it never asks you to slow down or lower expectations. And let's be honest, waiting for some small price drop or a better deal later usually means missing out altogether. Availability shifts, prices climb, and hesitation is always the thing that turns into regret when you're still staring at that old screen that doesn't feel right anymore. If you're wondering whether this is too much monitor, let me reframe that. The expansiveness and fluidity you're thinking about aren't overkill, they're freedom. Freedom from motion blur. Freedom from cramped workspaces. Freedom from that nagging thought of "I wish this felt smoother." That kind of confidence isn't extra, it's essential to the way you use every app, every game, every day. Your games feel alive and immediate, your multitasking feels expansive, effortless, your visuals stay rich and confidently detailed, your workspace finally feels spacious, your setup reflects how seriously you take your gear. It's not built for minimal, basic display tasks only, it's not a tiny, bargain bin screen. Eventually, the endless comparison loop just stops, and you choose the display that already felt right the moment you looked at it. So check the current price and stock now, make that choice with certainty, and don't let this be one of the upgrades you kick yourself about later. If you want performance that feels natural every time you power it up, this is where you take that step.